Joining us now from Festivals and Events Ontario, we have their CEO, Dave MacNeil, speaking to us from the Kitchener-Waterloo area. Dave, welcome to the program today.
Thanks, Mike. Glad to be here.
We have an uncertain future for the summer right now as it pertains to festivals and events right here in Niagara and across the province. What can you say about what the plans are for moving forward across the province with a lot of the events that are so important to their municipalities?
Yeah, that's for sure. You know what? We're in a really strange position that we don't find ourselves alone. A lot of other industries are impacted by this, but traditionally, festival and events people are a group of people that enjoy bringing large groups of people together to celebrate community, to celebrate culture, to celebrate music, culinary aspect, food and beverage, and just really community building. So now we're finding ourselves that we're asking people to stay home and stay safe. We're following the guidelines of the Ministry of Health and the public health all across the province. So until it's safe to do so, we're in a holding pattern. And every month that goes by, it's kind of a short festival season to begin with, usually from, the May 2-4 through to the end of September. That's the bulk of our festival season. We do have festivals that run in the fall fairs and the winter and stuff, but the bulk of our events take place in those summer months. So, we're looking at a pretty dismal outlook on the summer for sure. And there's a whole side business that goes along with every festival events. There's our suppliers, whether they're food and beverage suppliers, they're garbage, waste management, all of our staging and our PA systems. All of those companies, their business came to a screaming halt, and they make, much like us, they make their money in this period. And then on top of them, there's the service clubs and the not-for-profits that are often attached with festivals, and a lot of fundraising and events that they drive throughout this same period is the money they use to fund their programming throughout the year. So we feel for those groups too, because we're worried what's going to happen throughout the year when all of the funding that was usually driven up now is not there, and what's going to happen to their program. So it's not a great situation for sure.
Can you give us an idea as to money-wise, how much revenue is brought in across the province of Ontario via festivals in a given year?
Well, Celebrate usually funds a number of festivals, and this isn't all of them, but to the tune of $20 million. So, and by their statistics, each one of those dollars spent on funding generates about $21 in return. So 20 million times 21, that's it's a lot of money that's not coming back into the government pockets and into all of our festival and events and organizations, not for profits. And that doesn't even mention all of the free. 64% of our members run free festivals for communities. They're free for people to come, but there's still a lot of costs associated with running those festivals. And like I said before, all of our suppliers, I'm really worried that they're going to make it through this crunch as well.
Besides the financial impact, there's also a cultural impact on a lot of these communities. Community pride is at stake with a lot of these festivals, a lot of ethnic pride as well, and cohesiveness of a community bringing people together. And in many cases, that might not happen this summer.
Well, and that's the really sad part, right? We're all about building communities, whatever type of communities they are. And it's one thing to bring the people together, but it's to celebrate our heritage. It's to celebrate our ethnicity and to share the music we love, to share culinary and food and beverage that we all like to share. And you're seeing a lot of great food shots coming out here and there, people sharing with family what they're having for dinner tonight, right? And it's one thing to see the pictures and have that digital experience, but it's quite another to sit around a picnic table and share some laughs and conversation one-on-one, and just being a part of that larger scale group. I mean, to me, when I'm running events and I'm running festivals, my favorite part of the day is just sort of standing back out of the way and looking at smiling faces, and that's a connection that you're not seeing as much.
Another aspect of the whole festival and events kind of theme is also sports tourism. We in Niagara have the Canada 2021 Summer Games planned for next year. How are those types of events also being affected?
Well, you know what, and a lot of those events and festivals are members of ours as well. Like, when you think of how many walks or runs or bike races or soccer tournaments and stuff like that that have events attached to them, they're all feeling the same pinch as us. And the other thing is, coming out of this, we're all coming out of it at the same time, right? So those marketing dollars and trying to get that audience, where it's not going to be just people in Ontario, it's people in Canada, it's people across the world that are going to come out of this at the same time. And I think all of the surveys and focus groups and stuff we've done have indicated that people are going to come out of this not wanting to travel much more than 40 kilometers from around. So, a lot of our bigger festivals and stuff, part of their Celebrate granting is to bring people into their community from outside of 40 kilometers. And I think moving forward for this year and maybe even next, it's going to be on getting your attendance numbers up, but counting on your locals to do that for you.
Well, thanks for providing supports to all of your members. We look forward to seeing what happens with festivals and events across the province. Dave MacNeil, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you reaching out and thinking of us in this time. Thank you.